Whatever happened in this world where someone can give us a compliment, and instead of enjoying that compliment, feeling that compliment, and loving that compliment, we somehow internalize it and we don't believe it? Well, it's this weird thing with our body image and our own self-beliefs. We're going to dive into that today, and we are going to break some limiting beliefs. Let's dive in to today's episode. Welcome to today's episode on the Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls show. We're talking about body image. We're talking about self-limiting beliefs. We're talking about this weird concept of why we don't think we're worthy or why we don't think we deserve certain things in life. And it's all this stuff that, I tell you what, I deal with it so much, and I'm assuming that you might deal with it as well. But at the end of the day, it's all not true. It's all these beliefs that somehow in this world that we live in, we take upon ourselves, and then it's how we portray ourselves and what we think ourselves to be worthy of. And really what started this conversation or this topic that I wanted to chat with you about was really about like body image. And it was how so many times we can look in the mirror, and let's say you start a health or fitness journey and you look in the mirror, you've been doing it for, let's say 2-3 months, and you can see on the scale that you've lost some weight, but you look in the mirror and you don't see anything different. And this kind of got me thinking, because when I take myself back to kind of my health and fitness journey, I started my health and fitness journey in high school. And my biggest reason for really starting my health and fitness journey was my low self-esteem, my low self-confidence. And I had thought that, I wasn't one of those athletic high schoolers. I didn't play on all the sports teams. And instead of going the athletic route and, getting to be on the varsity teams, I kind of took the path of, hey, let's go. You're 14 years old. Let's get a job. Let's start working. And that's kind of the path that I took. Looking back now, that definitely instilled a ton of my work ethic, a ton of my habits that I have for working, and my ability to be successful when it comes to what I put my mind to at work. But when I look at it as far as the impact, I guess, as a high schooler, when all your other friends are doing sports and you're working, it left an impact of I'm not quote unquote popular, or I don't fit in. And that's what I look at. And so I started my health and my fitness journey to gain confidence, to feel that even though I didn't play the sports, I still could feel good about myself. And so I wanted to gain confidence, lose some weight, because I'm also that kid growing up in high school where I would always stand in the back of the pictures because I didn't want to really have myself be seen. When we'd go swimming, I'd make sure that I was always wearing a shirt because I didn't want to let my naked body, or my chest rather, be seen out in public. And the thing of it was I remember being so self-conscious about the man boobs, right? And so if there's any guys that are listening to this, I'm sure you can relate. I've talked to many guys that have that kind of belief about themselves and this very uncomfortable feeling about their chest and how, to be a man, you have to have the muscular body. But I started my health and fitness journey in high school. And I could see myself. I could visually see that I was gaining muscle. I could see on the scale that my weight was going down. But my view of myself, like my own self-thought of myself, wasn't changing. I still lacked confidence. I still felt, I don't know what I was trying to feel worthy of, but I still felt unworthy of being fit or fitting into that athletic high school lifestyle. And I remember thinking to myself, like, what in the world is going on? But what I've realized is that confidence doesn't come from really changing your appearance and then boom, next thing you know, your confidence is just there. It comes from daily stacking small wins in the right direction to build your belief in yourself. And what it is that you have to untrain your belief system. If you ever look in the mirror and you don't feel full of confidence, which if you're anything like me or like most people I talk to, that's probably very true. That's probably a very true statement, that you look in the mirror and you're not just filled with confidence. Every once in a while we do, right? We get all dolled up, or we get put on the nicest clothes and we get ready to go and we look in the mirror like, man, I look good. But why does it have to be only in those moments where we get all ready? Why can't we just look in the mirror always and be full of confidence? And what it is the world continually is telling us that we're not good enough. The world, from everything we look at, from all the magazines to all the imagery to all the photoshopped stuff that's out there, making us believe what the standard is, it's making us then think we're not the standard and that we don't believe, or that we're not supposed to feel good about how we look, and we're always chasing that next thing. And also what happens is you get this mental image burnt into yourself, into your brain, of what you look like. And so back to my story of myself changing the way that I looked, I was dropping weight, I was gaining muscle, but this mental image that I had burned into my mind, that I was that overweight, chubby, low self-esteem child, that's the image that I kept seeing. And so what I realized is that over time, I had to slowly change that image that had been burnt into my mind. And so what had happened is the image, my reflection, changed. But that mental image that I had burnt into my mind had not changed. And so I realized I had to go on a journey. And I still, to be truthful with you, I still struggle to this day with this. And a lot of times the topics that I'll talk about are things that I still struggle with, and maybe you struggle with as well. And I'm hoping that through this conversation, through this chat together, we can help each other understand that, hey, you can be confident in who you are. You can feel good about the changes that you're making. When someone gives you a compliment, start by saying thank you and just leaving it at that. The biggest thing is so many times someone will give us a compliment. And I started this show off by saying, where did we go wrong where someone can give us a compliment and then we feel like we have to defend or tell them that we're not deserving of that compliment. I see that far too often. And one of the first foundational steps into building your own belief in yourself is learning to accept compliments. Now, that might be like, what do you mean? Like, of course you should. But think about it. So many times somebody will give you a compliment and then you have to like react to that and somehow tell them, oh yeah, like, hey, you look good today. Oh yeah, I got ready fast or whatever and did the best. Like you somehow feel like you have to defend yourself. Instead, just try this. The next time someone gives you a compliment, I want you to look at them, I want you to smile, and I want you to say 2 words. Thank you. Boom, that's it. 2 words. Accept the compliment. Let that compliment sink in. Let your mind believe it. And then move on with your day. Because that's it. They complimented you. Accept it. And that small act right there is one way that we can start helping our own self-belief, our own body image increase, is just by believing and accepting the compliments of others. So I also want to talk about this self-limiting belief syndrome. And there's so many areas of life where we might start achieving success, but then for some reason we put this kind of limiting belief on ourselves that I don't deserve this. And the truth is, in my big belief, and if you know me and know my true self, I believe that I am a son of God. I believe that God created me for an amazing purpose. And if that's what I believe, if I believe that God is my heavenly father, I'm a father, I've got 3 children. I want the best for my children. I believe in my children, and I know that they are capable of so many amazing things. If I'm a father and I believe that about my kids, and I also believe that I'm a child of God, I know that He created me to be amazing. He created me for an amazing purpose, and there's no way that He created me to be average. There's no way that I shouldn't be able to just love life. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have struggles, but that does mean that I do deserve to be successful, and so do you. And so we have to build that belief system in ourselves. But what happens is we just start to compare ourselves again. It's this world that we live in where everything is showing us that whatever life you live, it's not good enough. And the crazy thing, I was talking to a successful friend of mine, lives out of state, and he said, CJ, from the outside looking in, everybody would think that you just live the dream. You've got a beautiful wife, you've got a beautiful family, you've got 3 amazing children, they're all healthy. You and your wife, you and Mel, you're healthy. You've got successful businesses, you've got an awesome team. Like, from the outside looking in, your life looks perfect. And I just kind of laughed when I was talking with him. I was like, it's crazy you say that, because I get it. Like, that's the world that we live in. And with the social media world that we live in, you guys, I don't post pictures of when my wife and I are arguing. I don't post financial bank statements when my business isn't growing. Matter of fact, I never post a financial business statement. But the thing of it is that's the true behind the curtain reality of what happens in everyone's life. We all go through difficulties, but all we see is everyone's perfect life. And so what we have to remember is that wherever you are at right now, you are where you are and you're okay, and you deserve even more success. You deserve even more love, self-love, self-respect. And I think that's the biggest thing in building our belief system is quit comparing yourself to anybody. Quit comparing yourself to anyone except who you were a minute ago, who you were a day ago, who you were a year ago. When you can compare yourself to yourself, now you can learn to enjoy yourself and enjoy the things that you have. Because it doesn't matter what CJ has. It doesn't matter what the next person has. What matters is the joy that you have. And there's this quote, and that's that comparison is the thief of joy. I want to have joy. And if comparison is the thief of joy, I don't want to compare myself because I want to have joy. And so I look at that and I have to remind myself, and even as I'm speaking this to you, I'm reminding myself, hey, love your wife, love your kids. Any stage that the business is in, love the fact that you have a business. There are so many things that are difficult, but love where you're at right now and that you have the ability to go out there and do something with it and make that change. And so you need to have the realizing, understanding, and the fact that you are created to be successful. You are created to enjoy life. And you are created to set goals and achieve those goals. But somewhere along the lines, we fall into this self-limiting belief that we don't achieve, or that we don't earn, or that we don't, that we're not supposed to have that. And that's just not the truth. And so I want to help you today understand that your body image is probably negative because you're comparing it to everybody else. Where you're at today in life is probably not where you want to be in life because you're comparing it to everybody else. But if you start comparing where you're at today from where you were at 5 years ago, if you start comparing where you are at today from where you were at yesterday, and you can start having the goal to every day be a little better and every day to believe in myself a little more, you can then start to build your belief system and realize that you are capable of more. And this is so fitting when it comes to fitness and health because your body image, and that's one of the main things I want to help you understand, it's up to you to love your body. Celebrate your body. And this is a hard but honest truth. If we can't learn to love our body and celebrate our body for the little things, you will never be able to love your body and celebrate yourself for the big things. And so maybe it's as simple as I can finally do one push-up on my toes. I can finally do squats with good form. I can finally wake up without lower back pain. Whatever it is. I was talking to one of our clients at FitBody the other day, and we were joking, and I was like, hey, tell me a goal, or tell me, not a goal, but a success. Tell me something that you're proud of. And he jokingly said, but it was the truth, he's like, I can tie my own shoes. And the truth is like, when he started, like he had to sit down, he had to get his leg positioned properly, his body positioned properly, just to be able to tie his shoes. And now he can tie his shoes with ease. And that is a success. That is a win. But so many times, like we normally wouldn't celebrate that because it's not the 10, 20, 30, 40 pound weight loss that is what gets celebrated. Friend, I want to tell you this right here, right now. Celebrate all of your successes. Celebrate everything that you do that's better than what you did before. Because when you can get that momentum going, success comes from stacking wins. And when you can learn to stack all the little wins and be happy about all the little wins, maybe you've been stuck in a state of depression. Maybe you're stuck in a state of depression right now. And you can realize that, you know what? Maybe I woke up today and I woke up with a smile on my face. Start waking up and you know what? Your feet hit the ground. I want you to tell yourself today is going to be a good day. You know what? And if from there it doesn't all go as planned, at least you started strong and you are starting to stack wins by getting your mindset, getting that mental shift to believe that you are worthy and you are capable of having an amazing day, an amazing life, and achieving amazing success. And so I want you to think about that. Is your burnt in body image, your burnt in image of who you were in the past, is that affecting who you are today and who you will become in the future? Because if your past, if it's any negative at all, and let me tell you this, people have baggage, myself included. I come from a very crazy past. Now, we don't have time nor length of time at all to get into all the craziness that I've been through in life. I'm 33 years old, and I bet that if we started sitting down and chatting about the life that I've been through, you would start to be like, are you sure you're only 33? Because it sounds like you should be 60 or 70 with all the different things that you've been through. And so what I'm getting at is that if you have certain things that you've been through, any negativity from your past, let's let that rest, because that doesn't define where you're going in the future. And that is one of the biggest things that's a self-limiting belief, is that we somehow, we allow the past to dictate where we're going in the future. And so when it comes to you loving yourself, believing in yourself, and being proud of yourself, start by accepting the compliment. Start by looking in the mirror and being proud of what you see back. in being proud of what you're able to do today, and start realizing that every day, every moment, every breath that you take is an opportunity for you to become one step closer to the goal, the desire, and the dream that you have. And I just want you to realize your past does not define you. It doesn't dictate your future, and it has no hold on who you can become. So realize that. Also realize comparison is the thief of joy. And so if you're maybe at any time, if you're not feeling joy, I want you to start thinking like, am I comparing myself to something or someone other than just myself? And many times the answer is going to be yes, you are. And so quit comparing yourself to anything or anyone but you. There's no, the definition of success. If I'll be honest, I didn't look it up. I don't know exactly what it says, the definition of success. But what I've realized in life is that you need to define your own success. Because if you start trying to achieve my success, or you start trying to achieve somebody else's success, it starts to then have you comparing yourself to them. And like we just talked about, if comparison is the thief of joy, you're now living life with less joy. So quit comparing yourself to others, define your own success, and accept the compliment. Build your belief system. I want to recommend a book, and the book is A Big Leap, or The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And this book is all about breaking self-limiting beliefs. It's about breaking generational cycles of limitations. And if you are at all into reading, or maybe even if you're not into reading, I want to encourage you to go check this book out. It's like I said, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and it's all about really taking that big leap, believing in who you are and your capability for the ability that you have to achieve the things that you desire in life, and realizing that sometimes it just takes that big leap to get there. You deserve success. I want you to have success. And I want you to know that when you look in the mirror next time, smile ear to ear and be proud of who you are. Friend, the Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls show is all about helping you live the most fit and the most healthy life. I'm a firm believer that, hey, our attitude, our mental state, our success, it trickles from our mind down. And so if you want to achieve success, you have to get that mindset right. And so a lot of the things that we talk about are mindset related, because one of the biggest things that have helped me in life is really dialing in my mindset and making sure that I truly believe in my capability and my ability to achieve success. And so I want to be able to help you with that as well. So a lot of times when we do these episodes where it's just me up here chatting with you, it's going to be a lot of mindset stuff. But when we do those episodes where I bring in the guests and whatnot, then it's going to be more tactical and practical tips, tricks, ideas that hopefully you can implement into your life to achieve success with your health and with your fitness. And I also want to be able to bring on guests that just open up our eyes to all the different things that are available to us in the Sioux Falls and the surrounding area to achieve success. I own Fit Body Bootcamp here in town, but there are many other amazing health and fitness businesses, health and fitness opportunities to get involved in. And I want to be able to find those opportunities and bring them to you so that you can implement health and fitness into your life. At the end of the month, so we've been doing this for the summer months here, and our plan is to do this every summer, but we are now doing at Fit Body what is called our Family Friday Extravaganza. And really the idea with that was that we can invite the community in, anybody, to come in for a workout. And matter of fact, you don't even have to work out. But our goal is we have a food truck, we've got a bounce house, we've got kind of some outdoor games and stuff that we'll do in the parking lot. But that is the last Friday of the month. And so we have done that here in June. We did it in July. We're doing it in August. And the goal is just to have fun with fitness, have fun with family, and have fun with our community. And so that is the last Friday of the month. And so if you head to our Facebook page, you can probably find some details on that. But I want to involve Sioux Falls and the surrounding area with fitness, with family, with fun, and just make it a lifestyle. Because when we can make fitness part of our lifestyle, now we start living more fit, we start living more healthy, because it is how we live, period. Be proud of who you are, smile when you look in the mirror, accept the compliment, and have an amazing day. Do me one huge favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Sioux Falls Fit Body Bootcamp. That is the host of the Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls show. So subscribe on YouTube so that you can be kept up to date with all the latest episodes that are coming out. We are dropping episodes every week, so subscribe on YouTube, share this video, and we will catch you on the next Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls show. Bye, you guys. Peace.